822 on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George Cummings, and someone who has actually experienced this morning's traffic on the 5 freeway northbound, Dr. Shelley Feldman. Good morning.
Good morning.
So quite an experience, especially considering the rest of the freeway world is absolutely wonderful, and you happen to get stuck in the one place that's actually slow this morning.
Right, and it really brings to mind something that I was going to talk about anyway this morning, and that is anything that you can expect will not happen, and anything that you do not expect may happen.
That is very true.
So, I never expected to find traffic this far up to have a problem, so I figured I was safe.
Exactly.
Okay? Well, I wasn't. And that brought to mind the next conversation, which I had with one of the parents in my practice this past week. And that was the question of flu shots. There is a connection.
Okay.
The connection is that with flu shots, people will say, well, what for? My kids are healthy. They've never gotten the flu. Nobody in the family's ever gotten the flu. Why would I get a flu shot? And the answer is because it's been your luck. And I look at them and say, well, when I was a kid, none of us wore seatbelts either. And none of us got into an accident, got killed, or got damaged. But plenty of other people did. And we just happened to be lucky. Well, these days, luck is really kind of tough to predict.
Indeed.
And that brings us back to the whole concept. I think people are acting in fear. Why? I'm afraid that something's going to happen to my kid if I give them their flu vaccine. Didn't people get paralyzed by flu vaccine just a short while ago? Yeah, it was 1976. And they never used that vaccine again, and they determined what was wrong. But, I'm afraid. I don't know, if I give my child medications for his attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which, by the way, is destroying his self-confidence, his behavior in the classroom, and the peace of our home, something bad will happen. Yeah, that's a possibility, but something good could happen, too. People in fear cannot weigh risk versus benefit properly. And my concern is that today, these days, in this time, people are allowing fear to control all of their decision making. And leading by fear is going to lead us in a bad place.
Well, we do have, especially with social media and something that can come out of a blog by someone who doesn't even have any medical experience about either vaccines or some health aspect that has not been proven by the medical world. Someone will still believe that over a trusted professional. Like in your case, you've been practicing for quite a long time, so I would probably trust your opinion over a viral article that's from some blog site on the internet.
But that's only because you're intelligent and, and brave enough to not believe everything you hear. For some people, it's not intelligence. There's some very intelligent people who don't vaccinate their children, who won't live near where a radio is because of the radio frequencies, who will not use a microwave oven because the microwave is going to get them. You wouldn't believe. And they're not stupid people. They simply are living their lives in so much fear that they've let that overcome. And you can see it everywhere today, not just in medicine, in politics, in government, no matter what. And the problem is, of course, is that everybody hears, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
So let's talk really quickly and sum this up, though, and especially what would you suggest for those, especially parents, in taking care of their kids? What's the one thing you could probably say that maybe would either at least shift their mindset or maybe think a little bit twice about coming in to talk to you?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I'm a relatively pragmatic person, but I'm only one doctor, and there are plenty of doctors out here, so I can't say that's true for my entire profession. I'm easy to talk to, but not everybody is. What you need to do is Quelch your fears. Stamp them down. Think logically. Think reasonably. Don't allow the moment to guide your entire decision. In the moment when your kid is screaming and having a temper tantrum in the middle of Walmart, in the line, and flailing themselves all over the place, nobody in their right mind can do anything more than want to take the child and shake them and put a hand over their mouths and shut them up. But that's not the best choice, because if you do that, then there are all kinds of ridiculous consequences, including somebody in the store calling DCFS on you. Mm-hmm. The best thing to do, you have to take the shade and roll it down and cover your eyes and quiet yourself inside and say, okay, how to best handle the situation. They're having a tantrum? Okay. Pull them out of the basket or off the floor, move them out of people's way, including your basket, even though it means you're going to lose your place in line, and take them to a quiet area, away from all the noise and all the bright lights. Nobody's going to be mad at you for doing that.
I think that is not only a great physical advice, but also metaphorically in your own mind. Go to that quiet place when you read that article that says something that would counter what would be possibly good sound medical advice, and then talk to give Shelley Feldman a call. Dr. Feldman, Prima Pediatrics. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Call our office, 424-9000. It's pretty easy to remember.
There it is, 424-9000. And, of course, taking care of kids in the Santa Clarita Valley. And how long have you been practicing?
Close to 40 years.
Well, there we go. Trust the professional. Don't trust the movie star who says one thing. Trust the professional first before you trust anybody else. Dr. Feldman, thank you so much for stopping by, and sound advice, especially for the holiday season coming up, and really appreciate you coming out and talking to us.
And don't forget, even if you burn the turkey completely and it combusts on your table, as in the movie scene, you can always go out and eat Chinese.
That's true. Thank you so much for stopping by, Doctor. Really appreciate it when you come by.
Okay.
Thank you.